Think and know that a lot has been done. What a better way of the country knowing than from the man himself that has driven this entire operation. In our modus operandi, like I briefed out there, we shall also interact with the ministers for Karamoja. And we are very gracious that we are very grateful that you are gracious enough to grant us the time to visit your area and also spare time to be with us in these at least 2 days. I know you have another assignment to accomplish after. So after me, I will invite you to give your statement or remarks. Then we will allow the media people to give you questions or to seek clarifications from you. And thereafter, sir, where you take us, we shall go.
Welcome to 3rd Division Headquarters. I'm Major General Don Nabasa. I'm the Commander 3rd Division. And I want to take you through what we've been doing since the launch of disarmament operations Usalama kwa Wote, which was launched in July 2021. The general situation since the launch of Usalama kwa Wote is relatively calm. When I mention of relatively calm, it's not a good message. For me, I'm not happy to say it's relatively calm. Why? That's not the mission and objective as guided by the Commander-in-Chief and the President of the Republic of Uganda. The mission he gave us is to ensure that Karamoja is totally peaceful. That's why I'm saying I'm not happy to say that the situation is relatively calm. We want total peace, not just relatively calm. And that is what we are pursuing, to ensure that Karamoja can be at peace, not just. We still continue to experience some isolated incidents of criminality, including thefts and other forms of criminality. But we're fighting hard as joint security forces, working very closely with the leadership and the community to restore sanity in this area. It's a concerted effort by all the security forces, including Uganda Police, ASTU and Territorial Police, including ISO, including Wildlife Authority, and all other key players. Some of the key achievements so far realized include recovery of arms and ammunition. From the time disarmament operations Usalama kwa Wote was launched in July 2021 to date, a total of 1,170 firearms have been recovered, with 9,217 rounds of ammunition. The substantial retrieval of arms has significantly weakened the operational capacity of the livestock rustlers. We also see reduction in, of course, livestock thefts, over 53,253 livestock have been recovered during these operations. Raids have ceased, and what we actually face now is thefts, no more rustling. The difference here being, rustling, of course, you know, involves large herds of cattle and other livestock. But these days, it's just thefts. Unfortunately, currently recovery stands at about 98%. Most of the stolen livestock are recovered. Arrests and prosecutions of the warriors. A total of 29,321 warriors have been arrested, of whom 2,091 have been prosecuted by the division court-martial after thorough joint screening by all the security forces and the leaders. That's why you realize that the number of arrests is quite higher than the number of prosecutions.
The mobile squad supervises 25 checkpoints. I know as you came, you saw some checkpoints along the inlet and exit routes to Karamoja, which comprises of ASTU, and some have joint deployments of ASTU and UPDF. The purpose of that is basically to ensure that what moves out or what comes in is regulated and accounted for. We have gazetted stock routes. For purposes of management of this criminality, we had to gazette routes where the designated stock routes for cattle movements from Karamoja are as below. Trucks from Mamudat, Nablatuk, Nakapripirit use the route of Moroto, Napak, and Katakwi. Trucks from Kotido use Kotido, Moroto, Napak, Katakwi to Sorot Road. Trucks from Kabong use Karenga, Orom, Kitugum. And then trucks from, at times, Amudat, Nablatuk, Nakapripirit use Queen, Belambudi, Soronko routes. Now, the purpose of this was to ensure that the routes are known. All these routes lead to verification centers. And the verification centers are as below. The following verification centers were gazetted along the stock routes for purposes of verifying livestock on transit and identification of suspected stolen, raided animals by respective complainants. Nadunget, Ameditaj in Moroto here. When cows come, they have to assemble there, and if your cow had been stolen, you will be just there to wait and see, because these cows don't fly; they move on the what? On the roads. Kapedo ASTU Zone Headquarters in Karenga, Chepskunya ASTU Zone Headquarters in Queen. So there are only 3 verification center. So if your cow has been stolen, you just come and camp at the verification center and check on the ones on the trucks. And real, I will get you the results after. Then there is the cattle markets management. The unit jointly has a profile 29 cattle markets within the sub-region and its neighborhoods. How do we regulate? Regulating these markets. Every market must have a veterinary doctor to check on the health standard of animals being sold. All markets must have security personnel deployed at the entrance, within and outside the market. Any animal entering the market must possess the LSC1 letter of to whom it may concern. The owner of the animals must present his or her national ID. Jesus at the Gomborola's villages must verify the animals and letters of LSC from the respective villages. Security officers deployed at the markets must make sure that no LSC1 chairperson is issuing letters within or around the market. We have really had the arrests of chairmen who come with stamps to the markets. You come with a stamp, you don't know where the cow is coming from. We have read that some of them have appeared in court, and I think that now even some are convicted, especially from the Amudat side. Due to fake letters issued by the LSC chairpersons, the letter should be accompanied by a photocopy of the national ID of the LSC1 chairperson who issued it.
Since July 2021 to date, in the year of 2021, half of it, because the operations were launched on in July. So July to December, weapons recovered were 137. Ammunition recovered 1,402. Livestock recovered 10,060. Warriors arrested 1,431, and warriors prosecuted 201. In the year of 2022, weapons recovered were 546, ammunition recovered 3,032, livestock recovered 19,899, warriors arrested 20,431, warriors prosecuted 786. Last year, in the year of 2023, weapons recovered 363, ammunition recovered 3,119, livestock recovered 20,736, warriors arrested 6,498, warriors prosecuted 807. This year, beginning with January to date, so far, weapons recovered are 124, ammunition recovered 1,664, livestock recovered 2,558, warriors arrested 961, warriors prosecuted 297. The grand total is as follows: weapons 1,170, ammunition recovered 9,217, livestock recovered 53,253, warriors arrested 29,321, warriors prosecuted 2,091. Of course, as a matter of fact, a number of them have been put out of action. But it's not a good practice to mention the figures of those that were put out of action. But of course, if they resist arrests and choose to open fire to the security forces, they must be neutralized. So a good number have been neutralized in that manner. So we don't stop at direct action or only applying the kinetic means. One of the biggest contributors to our successes have been community engagement. This dialogue, this has done well for us, and we have been able to recover a very large number of firearms that are handed over voluntarily by people who have now denounced criminality. This direct outreach initiative to reach out to the warriors, to the Karachunas, dealing with the leaders and the communities, was guided by the Commander-in-Chief when he met us last year in May, and this has yielded very positively, is actually the biggest contributor to to the successes. So we engage them directly. We started with the Jie and Dodoth communities of Kotido and Kabong respectively, being the epicenter of criminality by that time. And their response was very, very positive. And being able to mobilize and brought some sanity in the entire area. We also arranged a program of leadership training. 3 weeks, we arranged a 3 weeks ideological and leadership course at Kaweweta last year in the month of September, targeting the local leadership. That includes the LC5 chairpersons, district councillors, LC3 chairpersons, and we trained a number that is 237, and these ones have been ambassadors of change. Majority of these have been involved in the mobilization of the community, and they have been able to recover a large number of firearms.
Location where the animals were handed over from, witnesses, recommendation from LC5 and LC3, and then names of the presiding officer, his signature, and the telephone contacts. Now, you see the process is really unique, and it is one of the reasons why you see the reduction of animal-related crimes. Because if this is followed jointly, including the local leadership, automatically you will have, we tend to have almost zero crime on cattle related. Now, justification of operations against Waraji. I want this really to be very, very critical because it has been at the hem of. On the 3rd of June 2022, while in a meeting at this same place, 3DIF, headquarters, Moroto, it was further found that Waraji was a key contributor to the increased raids in Karamoja, where warriors pretend to be enjoying while actually planning for raids. It was observed that when Waraji is taken, one's judgment a person tends to get false confidence that he can do anything. And this one we have evidence because we have recovered the Waraji and dry ratio in the pockets of warriors who are killed in the front lines of the raids, and really it is on record. It was also observed that the increase of crimes, other crimes in the Karamoja sub-region, like assault, raids, domestic violence, murders, sexual offenses like defilement and rape, had really soared high. For example, before the operations of Waraji, homicides reported 135 cases in 2021. But after we started the operation, it reduced to 95 in 2022. While assault cases in 2021 were 1,877, and now it reduced to 1,300.
2024, July to June, 34 cases. Economic crimes, 61, July, December 2023. January, June 2024, 47 cases. Sexual-related cases, 99 cases. July, December 2023, 70, July to June 2024. Child-related cases, 105, July to December 2023, January to June 2024, 133. Breakings, 79 cases, 2023, and 45 July to June 2024. Thefts of all kinds, 408. July to December 2023, January to June 2024, 245. Robberies, 33 cases, July to December 2023. January to June 2024, 25 cases. Assaults, 621, January to December 2023, and 509, January to June 2024. Other crimes in general, 571, July to December 2023, and January to June 2024, 525 cases. Political and media crime, July to December 2023, we didn't register any, 0. January to June 2024, 1 case registered. Corruption cases, July to December 2023, 1 case registered. January to June 2024, 0. Narcotics, 03, 2023, and 0, 2024. Other laws, crimes registered under other laws, 36 cases registered, July to December 2023, and 51 cases registered, January to June 2024.
Construction of the security loads. So far we have 2 lots of load constructions. Lot 1 being Nakilolo, Naput, Kotain, Loyolo, that covers 88 kilometers. And Loyolo, Lopedo, Tulutulu, covering 50 kilometers. And the construction of that load stands at 75% to completion. Lot 2 is Karisalik, Sinyu, Magos, Naput, which is 75.8 kilometers, and Kobebe, Karongeremuge, Nakaperemoru, which is 32.5 kilometers, and this one stands at 80% to completion. The recent heavy rains have damaged parts of the road, especially the bridges and culverts. But that's a natural factor. The contractors have nothing to do with the rains. What are the challenges that we have so far encountered? Reintegration of the reformed warriors. Reformed warriors lack alternative livelihood. The Office of Prime Minister last year made an effort and distributed iron sheets, but that's not enough. Majority of these benefited, especially those that had surrendered before then, benefited and got some iron sheets, but that's not the only means of livelihood for the reformed warriors. So they still need for them to be able to earn something, maybe in the form of gods. Or some of them have also been benefited in PDM. Some of them have also benefited, but majority are still struggling with life And one of the areas that we are looking at is probably agriculture. If we can acquire some tractors and in order for them to start cultivating to get involved in production and be able to earn a living. Raids have shifted from the traditional practices. Initially, raids were traditionally for pride, acquiring large numbers to enable one marry as many women as possible. But the life has changed now. It has been commercialized. And some of the efforts that have been put in place to stop the commercialized raids, I'll give an opportunity to the command us to explain more, but one of them is the strict control of the markets and routes exiting Karamoja. Yes, other criminal activities, of course, include ambushes, break-ins, because dealing with livestock has become extremely costly for the warriors. Has become costly in the sense that a cow is not something you can conceal in a pocket and walk away. So it has become costly for them because we don't allow them the freedom of action and movement. So they have now resorted to break-ins, ambushes, targeting border, or for quick routes. And some have resorted to poaching. They go to Kidepo National Park, kill the buffaloes, sell the game meat, and get some money. We are working jointly with the UWA and all other security agencies, and recently we managed to intercept about 6 of them, neutralize them, and recovered 4 weapons from them. The other challenge is the cross-border. Here in Uganda, we've been involved in disarmament operations, but we still have an influx from the neighborhood, from the Topotha community, from South Sudan, the Turkana, and the Pokot of West Pokot in Kenya. Those ones still cross over with firearms and enable our people to participate in proliferation of small arms. Some of the measures, as I mentioned earlier, are the livestock markets that are closely monitored and controlled, the routes in and out of Karamoja sub-region, sensitization of the traders. Some traders, leaders, and the tender workers